Greetings. This is Skylar Saunders Singh. What's current? I want to talk about this water. It's the essence of life. It is what they're searching for on different planets to see if there's signs of life. They found bits and pieces of ice, I think, that's been frozen in the soil and on Mars. I don't know if they found any water on the moon. I think they may have, but I'm just talking about this water that we drink every day, and what got me thinking was this Ludacris video of him drinking glacial uh, water from Alaska right before he did a show, and he said it was the best tasting water in his life. Now, people have cautioned him as a response, saying that there are microorganisms, there's bacteria, there's all different kinds of baddies that are, that could be ingested while drinking the water. It's not purified. Even spring water is purified. They go through a purification process before it hits those plastic bottles. This is from my refrigerator. It's been filtered, so it's different. But I have been known to spend over hundreds of dollars buying dollar store or Dollar Tree water for $1.20. I think it's $1.25, yeah, because they have different prices for certain things. But I think it's $1.25, and my dad usually uses it, and my sister uses it, and I don't. The thing with me is this water. It's water. If it's clean, I don't care if it comes from, like, even the tap. I remember going to the tap water. That was interesting because in certain places in Delaware, there are places like Wilmington. There's a certain flavor to the water. It's kind of metallic. It's kind of oily. So, I guess it's permissible to drink. I mean, I don't know. This was like in the 90s when I had this kind of water. It's been a long time. So, and I know I'm early. I know this isn't 7 o'clock. This isn't my usual time. And I'm about to get to my advertisements in a minute. But I just wanted to talk about water and Ludacris and how ludicrous it is for him to drink that glacial water without first boiling it and then making it cold again. That was a very risky thing he did, because, like I said, there could be all kinds of bacteria and viruses, microorganisms that could counteract with your body, and you'll be on the toilet for a good half an hour or so, trying to expel all those terrible things that go against your body's chemistry. So I just want to talk about water. If y'all would allow me, I got 0 viewers right now, 0 likes, but if y'all would just allow me to talk about water. Like I said, I spent $130 at the Dollar Tree getting this called Eternal Water. Now, I've tasted it and it's really good, but it's like, tastes like water. It's like, it's nothing. I just don't get the whole idea. Maybe there's a something at work there. If you drink enough of those waters, your body gets purified and gets rid of toxins and things of that nature. I'm not sure. I'm no expert on water, but I would imagine that there are certain key differences that has to be in play there. And I was just thinking about water yesterday. My nephew and niece, they were playing out in the yard, and it shows on the box for the hose. It says it's like lead free, simple to drink from, something like that. So there was a time period, in the world where that was not the case, where that was totally, okay. It was like little kids, drinking from the water from the hose and getting lead poisoning. And you're not sure the reason why they're failing all their tests. That's what's happening. Like, that's the sad part about it. But I mean, they have new and improved, if that's a proper comment, because if it's something new, how can it be improved? I know, but it's a very interesting thing to me to consider water. It is the essence of life, as I said. It is the basis for all living things, no matter what you are. you have some connection to water. If you're some kind of organism, if you're a tree, you're connected to water. If you're a flower, you're connected to water. If you're a bear, you're connected to water. If you're salmon swimming in the sea, you're definitely connected to water. You're whale, you're definitely connected to water. So water is life. And that's why there's such a great demand and a wide array of different waters. There's life water, there's Aquafina, there's Dasani, there's all certain kind of different waters that people don't even touch usually, because Dasani and what is it? I just said it. God damn it. Dasani and Aquafina. They are the quintessential, like, what people hate the most about water. Firstly, because people think that, oh, the big corporations took over and they just went to the springs and took all the water and everything like that. That's bullshit. Basically, it really boils down to profit motive, and it basically boils down to, wanting to, do something that's helpful to the human environment, not just the nature environment, not just the parts of nature. It's also about the human environment. So that's what I think is most crucial. And like I said, there's so many waters. I'm just going to take a quick look at the different water. Let's look at these. Oh my god. Bottled water. Here we go. We got Arrowhead. We got Aqua Anna. We got Kirkland water. We got Evian. We got Pure Life. We got Pure Aqua, I think this is, and Pure Water, of course, and I think the most popular one, for cheap is the Glacier, and the most expensive one, I think, or one of the most expensive ones, is Fuji. I think isn't it Fuji water? Let me check. Fuji. Fiji water. I always mess that up. Pardon me, Fiji water. Now I think that is a difference because they have actual, connection to they have connection to where the runoff is of the where the volcanic rock is, and pours over it, and it like gives it a purifying sense. And they say it's not just water; it's Fiji water. Of course. So that has to be determined. So I think that is so important, to really understand that it's all just. I mean, for me, it's all just water. I can go like this. Tastes great. I don't get sick. I like it. It makes sense to me. It's very engaging, very promising. So I would definitely recommend you drink water that's, potable. As long as it's potable. I remember when I was in the Marine Corps, they had these trucks that said potable on the side, I think, or like water, and it said potable or something like that. And that's where you filled up your water. You got enough, water in your canteen, and that kept you thoroughly hydrated throughout the rest of the whatever activities we were doing. So, and that was one thing they always stress. You got to hydrate Marines, hydrate Marines, hydrate Marines. That was like the calling card of the Marine Corps. Make sure you hydrate. Make sure you have your socks are dry. And make sure you always shoot on sight. That's basically all it means to be a Marine. You have good water. You got some clean and dry socks, and you always put your sights on the target directly. But yeah, that's why I'm like, I'll buy it from. I don't have a problem. Like I said, especially since I have a deal with my dad. Like, If he doesn't have a card at a store, I'll pay for it because I'm basically living a life of luxury. I don't have to pay rent. I just pay utilities, and that's it. That's all I have to do. And but I pay for groceries as well, so that's included. And he doesn't have a card with him. Obviously, it's the dollar store. I don't know if there's too many people with a specific credit card for the dollar store. That's like WIC, right? Isn't that or EBT? That's like that's a totally different situation. Totally different. But yeah, so that's what I'm talking about with water. Water. It's just water. I was just in the pool yesterday, our little mini, blow up pool. And I'm just sitting in there. I'm like, damn, this feels good just to be in this water. It's like it was like 86 degrees out. And I'm just in there with my niece and nephew and my dad. We're all just enjoying the water. And it was just great. But of course that's not I mean, I think you could have drank it, but it probably wouldn't have been a good idea. Excuse me. Um, so Ludacris is back to his story. I'm going all over me, but Ludacris, he's making sure people understand that he's perfectly fine. It was a lifelong dream. He kicked it off his bucket list. He always wanted to drink glacier water, and so he did. And so I hope he's well. I hope he didn't get the bubble guts and say, "Oh, that maybe there's something else in this water." You know, some little. It tasted great. It was nice and cool and refreshing, and felt like everything. He said he felt like everything in his body was rejuvenated and refreshed. From drinking the glacier water. But I when I first thought about bottled water, I thought that was a scam. I really did. I really thought that was like, are they serious? You're gonna put water in a bottle and then sell it. Something that can be made, if somebody really wanted to do something for their life, they could have a trough and then wait for it to rain and have it fill up and then take it to their stove on a pot and boil it and then put it in their own bottles and then put it in the refrigerator or just have it out because I don't really like that much of refrigerated water. I don't really care for it too much, but I do drink it though from time to time. But it's not my first choice. But it's a different thing when you have flavors, and then they do have flavored water. They have God, I haven't had it in so long, but I'm trying to remember what it's called. Hint, that's what it's called. And by or Bay or Bay water, vitamin water, but especially Hint. Hint is just what it says. I like when there's truth in advertising. It's called Hint because you just get a hint of whatever flavor you have. And they have a multitude of flavors: kiwi, strawberry, and they got blueberry, lemon, they got apple, they got all kinds of different flavors. I used to drink them all the time, but I kind of fell off with that because it's kind of expensive. It's kind of crazy. It's really expensive drink, but it's worth it. I'm not knocking it. It's definitely worth it. And my favorite thing to do is look at videos on YouTube. You got this nigga saying, "Well, look, man, we're gonna test out these waters and we're gonna see how the pH balance is and see everything. Oh yeah, you gotta drink this water. Oh no, don't drink that water. Oh, no. Like it just goes on and on and on. Like you don't want to drink that. The pH level is too high or too low or whatever the case may be. So I always enjoyed those little videos. But I think it's imperative that you at least take in water during the day. If it does help out your system, and especially clean drinking water. And speaking of that, we are living in an era of the cleanest water ever devised, ever thought of by human beings. The cleanest. We drink clean, even like I say, at the tap. Out of the tap, it's still clean water. and that has elongated our species, our time here on this earth. It made it more pleasurable, made it more great. Just to sip water. I mean, that's the thing. I remember in Iron Ranch Fountainhead, she said in one scene that Howard Rourke, her hero of her novel, um, he drank a glass of water and it felt intoxicating. Now I'm paraphrasing, but that's essentially what it is. That's the sensation that I think she really captured. Because when you're working, you're to the bone, you're doing everything you possibly can to make everything right, and then you have a time to just relax, and you just sip some water, and it's just at the right temperature, and you're just loving it. You're just feeling it. You just have a totally different kind of idealism towards it. Dollar Bill, salute to you, sir. Hold on, he's in the queue. All this stuff is a marketing scam. From beverage companies, flavored water back in the day was called soda pop. I'm gonna say salute and facts. Yeah, the thing that gets me is just the bottled water. I just, if you have the means, if you have the opportunity to have a refrigerator with a filtration system, take full advantage of that. And you only change it every 6 months or something like that. And I just don't understand. I don't understand at all. Like I get it, and I still use them because I'm dumb, I'm stupid. So I'm like, this is bullshit. I know it. This is bullshit. Like I know this is not real. This is real good. It's good water. It's not like it's bad. I'm just saying I'm paying for something that I can make on my own. Like I said, all you need is a trough in the backyard or on top of your tenement roof, and wait till water collects, and then take all that water in a bucket, pour it into a pot or a pan, I guess a pot, and boil that sucker, and that takes away all the microorganisms and the viruses and the different worms or anything that could be existing in that particular body of water, tiny bottle of water. And you can make it yourself. You just pour it into a plastic bottle, and you got water. And I just don't. It's a convenience thing. It's like, especially since when you go to like amusement parks, or when you go to a sports game, you gonna be paying. You will pay. You will pay $5, $7, $9 for a bottle of water. That's the convenience. It's like, instead of me going all the way out to the car and getting the water that's in the cooler that we had when we were tailgating, I'm just gonna take this water right here, drop down $9 on it. Like, what is that about? What are we so conditioned for? We're conditioned for making, a foray into the idea of paying other people to make water pure for us, when we can do it on our own selves. We can do it ourselves. But like I said, there's stiff competition. There's like 6 or 7 at least that come to mind. I'm not gonna name them all, but maybe 3: Glacier, Aquafina, and Dasani. And there's so many more. Eternal is another one. That's 4. And Hint is 5. Fiji. I always want to say Fuji. Fiji. That's 6. Evian, 7, and they made that a cute remark in one of the movies from the 90s. Janine Garofalo, she said, "Isn't it funny how Evian is naive spelled backwards?" Like, that got me thinking. That really had me thinking, because I'm like, yeah, aren't you kind of naive? Just a little bit. Aren't you kind of just a little bit naive about plastic bottles and water? And now they have, what is it? Is it just called Smart? I I think it is called smart. I think it's just smart water that's in a like a paper or not, almost like cardboard, but it's like paper water containers. So people have different ways of conveying the water, but mostly it's plastic. Most of it ends up in landfills. Most of it is not recycled that I know of. I could be wrong. Please correct me in the comment section. But I just trust the water out of my refrigerator. It's really great. It's slightly cool. It's not too cold. It's not warm. It's at perfect room temperature. I sip some right now, right here. That's like glacier water to me. I'm good. Like I don't need Ludacris needed to go and check out for himself, cross off something on his bucket list, and show that he really meant something. Dollar bill. It's just like going to a sports area that's sold out, but a smart person figure a way to charge you standing room ticket instead of a seat. Exactly. And we have to talk about water boys. Water boys. It's a convenience, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna help out these kids. At least they're not selling fentanyl on the block, That's what we have to talk about too. That's exactly what we have to address. Water boys. I don't know how much they're going for. I think it's like $4 or $5 for a bottle of water, but it's more than that. It's a trade. It's like you're saying I don't want them doing something worse than this. They're selling water. That's all they're doing. They're selling water. They're not selling any crack. They're not selling fentanyl, or they're not selling Tusi or anything like that. Selling water. How can you be mad at that? How can you speed up? I'm not taking their water. Forget that. I mean, you have the right to do that, but does that make it right? The water boys are one of the greatest phenomena of, I think, the past probably century, because I think people have been doing this ever since, even before a century, but especially now since drugs are illegal, and it's probably more profitable. Well, obviously more profitable if they sold fentanyl on the side of the street than they run up to your car and say, look, $4 for water. And you're like, $4, god damn. But then you're like, you know what, god damn, I might as well just help these little kids out, the water boys. I'm missing something else. I miss I'm missing something else. Like I missed the water boy. I'm glad that Dollar Bill made me remind me of that. But I did stay in the stadium. That's what they do. He just said, but a smart person figured a way to charge you standing room ticket instead of a seat. Exactly. It's a weird space to be in, but I hope everybody's profitable for a good reason. If you're not doing it for a good reason, then I hope you're not profitable. But if you're extending yourself, and that doesn't mean you're doing charitable work. I mean, they love to tout that, like, we're doing more than just water. We're also helping out local pantries that are bereft of different kinds of drinking sources or something like that. That's for 501c3s. Why are corporations getting involved in philanthropic endeavors? What's going on there? What's happening with that? I don't get it. So water to me is just so great. I just got out of the shower. That was bodily. That's your outward body. That was good enough. I don't know if I sometimes I like this and get in the shower and just like that. I've been around for a long time. It's drinkable. It's potable. The shower water. I don't get sick from it. I'm not drinking a gallon of it. By the way, I'm not sipping on shower water or something like that. But it is a wonderful thing that we do have, though. I like the fact that we do have competition. That's a beautiful thing. one water could be better than another one, and especially since there are different kinds of water. Like I said with Hint, I used to love Hint. I used to get it all the time, but it's very expensive. But yeah. So but the just the straight waters, it gets goofy to me. Like I think the last time I had Dasani, I was like, is there something in this? I'm like, what is in? Is there sodium in this? I'm looking for it now. No, the amount of sodium in the current Dasani formula is dietary insignificant. Using FDA rounding rules, the amount would be declared as on 0 milligrams per serving on a nutrition facts label. All right, is Aquafina. Is Aquafina. No, Aquafina purified water is sodium free. Aquafina's purification process, which includes reverse osmosis and other filtering methods, removes all but a trace amount of dissolved solids and ions from the source water source, including sodium. Okay, so it has traces, but it doesn't have. It's not significant enough to be called, anything else but water. Okay, I'm clear now. No pun intended. I didn't mean that as a pun. I didn't mean that as a pun. Pardon me. Pardon me. But yeah, so water, like Ludacris. Seriously, man, you gotta be careful. You don't know what you're drinking. It could taste wonderful, but what's ever ingredient, it's not been purified, it's not been modified, it's not been processed. Because even spring water gets processed because it wouldn't end up in a bottle unless it got processed. There's been some kind of situation where it was processed. A lot of people say I only drink spring water. Well, that spring water has been processed as well. It wouldn't be in a bottle if it wasn't. That's just facts. So we have to be, vigilant on what to buy. We have to understand what it means to be a certain kind of standard for our lives. That's the incredible part. That's what makes it beautiful. That's what makes water beautiful. Is that we need it, no matter what, when, where. Your body is what, 70% water, and what is the Earth? 70% water. And Earth is about 71% water. Human body is water. 60% water. It can vary from 45 to 75%. It's pretty extraordinary. It's pretty close. Adult men are about 60%, and adult women are about 55% water. That's pretty amazing. And I think it gets to a point where you're very focused on the fact that when you go out, like when you go out to eat, you have a sit down restaurant, it's like nice and everything, and they give you a glass of water or something like that. You're like, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good, and hopefully it is, because sometimes people do get sick from the water that they have to go in. But that doesn't mean the government should have its hand in the business. There should be no FDA. Should be no ruling that. This is my soapbox out, moment right now. Water should be let alone, up to the private organizations and companies that gather it at springs and transform it, through osmosis and stuff like that. That's very key. It's very important to evaluate, to understand, because Water makes us better. Water is the truth. Water is what is the reality of life. Without water, we'd be nothing. You need water to aid you, to guide you, to keep you in good health, no matter how it is. So it's ludicrous that Ludacris drank that, but hopefully he learned his lesson. Always purifying. All right. Second half of the show. Y'all know what time it is. Well, you know what time it is, Dollar Bill. You look like you're the only one standing. I want to talk about vessel control part 2. But before I get to that, I'll get to my advertisements. My main man, Peng, he has a site called lifestrongapparel.com, LifeStrongApparel.com. You can find fitness gear here. You can find sea moss infused fruit. I've tried the blueberry. It's absolutely delicious. I've never tried any other flavors. I'm looking forward to doing that probably sometime next year. Try all the flavors. I think that he is on the right track with this, and it's a healthy way to go. So tell him that the goofy guy Scott Saunders sent you, and remember lifestrongapparel.com. All right, B Jackson, BEEJACKSON 5478. He has a completely different way of conveying himself. He has a sharp sense of humor. He has near beer reviews. He's got fried chicken and sardines on the grill. So if you like all of that, or enjoy great commentary, definitely check out B Jackson on YouTube. Tell him the goofy guy Skylar Saunders sent you. All right. SPIRITSMOOTH spells Spirit Smooth Tunes on YouTube. If you like Kim, Whitney Houston, Peebo Bryson, Gap Band, Earth, Wind and Fire, the Rolls Royce, Brothers Johnson, and so many more, you're going to love to hear these tunes. You're going to love to hear these songs coming out of the YouTube channel. He has a great catalog. You'll get with your significant other on a romantic night, light some candles, throw out some rose petals, be by a fire, have some wine, make it a good time. So always, remember Spirit Smooth Tunes on YouTube. Tell them that the goofy guy Skylar Saunders sent you. Also, if you like to have great gaming experiences without actually having to play it, you can go on to twitch.tv/DOTFOCUS1_, just an underscore, not too many. And you can check out Dot Focus, getting the baddies, getting the ops, as we say. Through a sniper lens, and through a semi-automatic weapon. He has all kinds of tools to get rid of the bad guys. So I definitely suggest that you see what he's talking about and what he's gaming about. Tell him that the goofy guy Skylar Saunders sent you. Also, if you like to advertise or sponsor for my show, go to SkylerSaunders@gmail.com. SkylerSaunders@gmail.com. And if you also like to join the Scholars 100 Club, which is $100 a month, Height is currently the only participant in this. I appreciate him sincerely because he says, I don't need a wrench. I don't need to come into the game until I feel like it. And then, he says, well, what I got to do on my end? That's what I say. And he says, man, just keep doing your thing. That's all I got to do. And I promote him as much as I can with just his name, Height, HITE. But he doesn't even want to shine. So I respect that about him. And I enjoy the $100 a month that I've been given over these past few months. Because it's $100 a month. It's not like I did $70 this month. Can I do $30 next month? No, it doesn't work like that. It's $100 per month. difference. That's the difference. So, if you want to reach out to Height somehow, I think he's on social network maybe. Tell him the Goofy Guy Scholar Song Essential. All right, I think that's everything. I can go further into my story. It is Vessel Control Part 2. My own echo. It is extraordinary. It is shorter, but it's sweet. And it's bittersweet once you find out the end. But it's definitely, part of the scene. Part That's what it's about. It's part of the scene. It's a thoughtful, idealistic, way of experiencing, showing something that people always associate with. They were depressed. They were sad. They were something happened to them. This isn't the case. This isn't the case at all. This is a focused, deliberate idea that this person had. And that person happens to be Rear Admiral, excuse me, Rodney Carr, and his second in command, the captain, Melita Varine. Oh my gosh, I just had a moment there. But Melita Varine she's like very active. She's very strong-willed. She's very, compassionate. And he is also he returns the favor on her compassion. They have a history together. They have years together spent in space and traveling. That's one of the best parts about all of this is the fact that they convey a sense of being that is so extraordinary that you don't get to see that too often in art and literature and cinema or anything like that. You don't get to see it in short stories and novels and stuff like that. I try to get injected in my short story the same sensibility of being an accomplished man and an accomplished woman and still having the power and the thrust of being pause, by the way, of being, the best people they can possibly be. That's what is always extraordinary. So what is this? Without giving away the plot, what is this story about? It's about honor. It's about dignity. It's about class. All these things mix together and meld together into one idea. They continue on with one simple goal that you will see what happens. Oh, at the end, I got a literal shock or a little literal gasp. I've noticed. I've said this before from one of my readers. She was totally, oh my god, I didn't see that coming. Like, so that could happen to you too. You could have a moment where you don't necessarily find the thing to be predictable. I hope I'm not predictable. I hope I don't. You can see through everything that happens. But just to give you an understanding of the weird way of vocal.media, by the way, I had not dollars. I wish I had $20. I had 20 reads. I would say views, 20 reads one day, 40 reads another, 18 reads another. I think hold on, let me see, 12. Hold on. I'm looking for the amount of reads I got. Yeah, 18. So it went from 40 to 22 to 18. Because it started out with 20. 20, then 40, then 18, then 22, then 18. That's the way. And I haven't been hustling like I used to. I used to go Instagram, Facebook, X, all different programs, Threads, all those different programs. I haven't done any of that, and I've been able to receive, significant to this degree, returns on views. So it's very, impressionable upon me, and it's very interesting, the way they're I don't know how they gauge how, what people see and what people don't see. And that's the thing too. People aren't sharing as much. They'll read it like, "Oh, that was a cool story, great," and they don't share it. They don't say, "I gotta go tell this person this. I gotta go tell this person that. I gotta say about this story. This is a great story." So, salute to Dollar Bill for holding on. He's my only viewer right now. I have 5 likes. I only have 5 views, but I have 5 likes. I don't know how that works. How do you get likes without viewing? Still don't understand this thing. If I had my phone, I might be up to 50 viewers by now, but I would never know. So I'm never going to use. I'm not going to use my phone again. I don't say never. I say I'm not going to use it again. But anyway, it's a space epic that's quiet and short. It has the sweeping ideals and makes you question and wonder what does this mean? What is the difference here? What makes this thing special? What's so great about it? What makes it so interesting? And you have to really figure it out for yourself, and that's the beauty of it. You have your own ideas about it. That's any work, because we're all individuals. We have our own set of ideas. We have our own experiences. It's not a subjective thing in that regard. Sometimes some things are subjective, but it's an objective thing to say that you have your own ideals. You have your own perspective. It may be totally different from one person to the other. So that's what I'm saying with this story. I have, so many ideas packed into, I think, 1,200 words. So it has everything. It has the exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, denouement. I love how they have, a French word at the end, denouement, at the end. But it has all of that. I'm very proud of it. That's all I've been touting for the past over a month. I think almost a month. It'll be a month on September 1st. It closes. It's already closed. That's right. It already closed. But the results come in at a different time. So it's closed now. You can't even enter it. Our judges are reviewing submissions and winners will be selected soon. So the judges are reviewing the submissions. I had a silver rating. I had a silver medal. Came in second place for my vessel control story. Vessel control 2 is a little quieter. Doesn't have as much action so much, but it has poignant conversations. Great dialogue, in my opinion. I think the dialogue is crystal clear and on point and doesn't give you enough information, but then you're like, wait a minute, are they talking about this? What are they trying to say here? What's going on? I'm not really sure what to make of. That's the kind of idealism I try to inject and imbue into this story. That's exactly what I try to do. I try to give it a sense that it gave, a better understanding of what it is that I was trying to convey. And that is, I'm going to try my best to do everything I can. Let me see. Whoo! Okay. The plot theme is, what is the role of a retiring officer post career? Hope that's the plot thing. I still get confused. I still am not sure. I need to get proper training to see what a plot theme is, but I think that's what it is. What becomes of a career what do they call it? Nautilus astronaut? I mean, so many different words. What becomes of them? I don't know. I hope I'm saying it right. I hope I have the right way of saying it, but I'm not sure, honestly. Because Ayn Rand was a genius. She knew exactly what a plot theme was. I think the plot theme of Atlas Shrugged was, what is the role of the mind in human activity? I think that's the plot theme. I could be wrong. In Fountainhead, it was, what is the nature of individualism, not in politics, but in man's mind or man's soul? I think that's the proper way to put it. So, whoever came in here, thanks for coming in here. If you want to come in the live chat, you can do that also. I appreciate it. You can also drop like $10, $20 on me right now. I'd appreciate it. Whoever you are, I don't even know who you are. Dollar Bill's the only one that spoke up. So I think it's very vital to have an understanding of characterization, theme, plot, characterization, and style. I might have I'm glad I said plot theme, because I pretty much thought of the plot theme to it. But that's all I'm saying. If you just go to the story is on my top link. It says to read the hottest story on the web. Vocal.media/fiction/vessel control part 2. Yeah, just read it and share it. I should also put that, I guess. Read and share. So it's back down to 1. We're back down to Dollar Bill. I appreciate Dollar Bill. Yeah, so just to give a brief synopsis of the story. It's a man named Rodney Carr. His official title is Rear Admiral Rodney Carr. And there's Melita Vereen. And they have a definite connection to each other. And they have an understanding with each other. And they feel like they have to be understood. They have to be clear with each other. Why one is doing something and the other is not. And I think, Melita is completely competent, and she knows exactly what he wants to do. And as we find out through the story, we find out, that other people, may or may not know exactly what he wants to do too. So she has to have some kind of barrier between them, and then she figures out some way to reconcile the situation, and she goes a step further and takes it all in. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I can say about that. I don't want to give away the plot. I don't want to give away the story. Because that's what Ayn Rand read stories for. The same reason why she wrote stories, for the story itself. And that's what's great about what she said about art. Art is an end in itself. It's not just for entertainment. It's not just for, just trying to, find a way, to be pleased or something like that. It's an end in itself. Doesn't mean it's the greatest. It doesn't mean it's any good. Doesn't mean it's horrible. It doesn't mean it's terrible. Could mean it's awesome. But the idea is that we have something that is an end in itself, like a man, like a human being. You're an end in yourself. You're not the means to the ends of any other person or anything like that. You stand on your own. You rely on yourself completely. Now back to one viewer. I love it. It used to be at least it was 0101. Now it's 1212. I love it. It's the time. I know the time is ridiculous. I get it. I was just testing something out. I was just trying something. But yeah, so it's weird because I get all kinds of notifications of other people, publishing on the site Vocal. I'm just like, God damn, how many? Like, there's like 6 different people that went on here. Yeah, so it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot. So I take it all in stride. I'm happy that I have achieved this amount of success. I'm looking for more. I've got top stories on Vocal.media, which is like $5. $5 I didn't have. $5 that could have went from someone else. But I achieved that, so I'm proud of my $5 on each story. I mean, $5. I made it. Let me see. I made since February, March, April, May, June, July, twice. I'm gonna count the July twice on count the July twice for August, because I'm not gonna try to do a story for August. Maybe I might do a story for August, but most likely I'm not. I'm not gonna do a story for August. Probably won't. So it's all about vessel control part 2. This is my Godfather part 2. Rick James, ladies and gentlemen. He's up bright and early. Yeah. That's the way I like it. Well, it's not about what you like, Rick James, but what I can do, whatever I can do. Why aren't you covering the big news, sir? I missed the big news. I know. I felt like there's some kind of news out there, but I missed it. What is the big news? That was a part. See, I'm first of all, I'm not a rockhead, and I would be a supreme what is it called? Oh god damn. What is not gopher? What is it called? What is it called when you're like you don't know about something but you act like you know something? It's not toady, it's not gopher, it's a Jesus Christ. Anyway, I would be that person if I said no, not mercantile. And you spell Reunited wrong. You spell Reunitive. I saw that on the BBC actually. Yeah, one exactly. Wonderwall. I only know one of their songs. That's why another reason why I didn't really. I was like, Poser. Damn, Jesus Christ, a freaking poser. I would have been a poser if I said, yeah, Oasis is back. I only know one of their songs, and then that's it. I had to, scour through, whatever. But I don't think nobody really cares. It's all about this hip hop shit. They care about Ice Spice shaking a little booty, and Sexy Red and Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj. Champagne Supernova. What is that from? Is that from Young Jeezy or Jay Z? Champagne Supernova. Champagne Supernova. I never heard of Champagne Supernova. I think it's a rap song though. It's a rap lyric. I'm trying to remember who said it. I can hear it in my head, but I can't remember the goddamn song. Champagne Supernova. Champagne. It's an Oasis. I know it's an Oasis song, but somebody else used that. Oh my god, my memory is shit. We have a Champagne Supernova. Have a Champagne Supernova. I'm taking up time. I know I'm taking up time, but I'm still trying. You mess with my brain right now. Oh, clips. Pusha T. Hold up. Hold up. He didn't say champagne supernova. He said cocaine supernova. Maybe it wasn't him. What the hell? This is gonna mess with me. I'm gonna go off the time probably. I wanna okay. Tonight my granddaughter wants me to take her to the childless Gambibo concert. Wow. You have got to work on your diction, sir. You got to work on your spelling and syntax. I want a cocaine supernova. This old man doesn't listen to childless Gambibo. You meant childish Gambino, sir. Just to let you know. And how many people have you sent the story to? Vessel Control Part 2, Rick James. He gonna say, I got a few people that Some people at my church, they might like it. I'm gonna send it to the group right now. Chat now. Thanks for sending it to the group chat, but I already have it at the group chat, sir. My bingo night group chat. I can also send it to my dealer. Well, I appreciate that, sir. Thank you for that much. Good God. My mind is off. I'm on some other shit. Are you on your meds? No, I was just looking at stuff. I was looking at stuff online. I'm on my drugs. I take drugs in the morning and afternoon. But yeah, so I'm always I'm always on my drugs from the day to the night. I'm always on my drugs. So we have to talk about this story. I'm not going to talk about Oasis, even though I looked at that, and that's weird. That's funny that you mentioned that, because I woke up in the morning. The first thing I turned on the TV, and today is going to be the day, and that's all I'm going to say because I don't want to get a copyright strike. But that's all I heard. Do you have a fit? I don't. Like I said, I don't know Oasis. I'm not keen to Oasis. They were billed as the next Beatles. I have Beatles songs in my head. I don't have their songs. Favorite drug, sir? Probably Zyprexa. They call it olanzapine. That's the generic term. The commercial term is Zyprexa. That's a good one, yeah. I like all of them though. That's what I do. That's probably my favorite. So, what's your favorite drug work, James? And don't say angel dust. Do you agree that everyone has a story to be told? Well, everyone's an individual. Everybody has an individual perspective on life. It may be subjective or objective, but I do think, there's a story to be told about anyone and everything. The dust is the one I go back to every day. It's the only way I'll be able to sit through that Gambibo sin wet tonight. Sink wet. I think you meant concert. You're in Florida, right, Rick James? I always forget. Are you in Florida? What part of that? If you are from Florida. I'm from McAllen, in Jersey. Okay, gotcha. What part of Florida do you live in today? Now, kissing me. That's right. I kissing you. You kissing me. Pause. Next to the Great Walt Disneyland. You mean Disney World, not Disneyland. Disneyland is in Anaheim, California. Orlando is Disney World. Have you ever been to Disney World? I've been to Disney World twice. Papa Saunders took you? Yes, Papa Saunders did take me. Did you ride Haunted Mansion? No. I rode the Twilight Zone Towers or something like that. It was the Tower of Terror. I rode that. This is back in '96. This is going back. What's that? Ooh, 28 years ago. It's 27 years now. It'll be 28 in the fall. Yeah, I know. I know. Technically, it's 27 years. It's 27 years and change. I was in my 40s. I was 8. You could be my great grandson's age. Yeah, I guess so. I'm 36 though. I'm not 8 years old right now. I'll probably be your grandson. Maybe great. I mean, it depends. It depends. Maybe great grandson. You a spring chicken. Exactly. You know what I haven't yet done yet? I haven't yet seen Petey and Tweety yet. I gotta watch it. That's gonna be my first priority when I get off of here. I'm gonna watch Petey and Tweety. Let me get that queued up right now. Petey and Tweety. Show Papa Saunders too. He's a priest. He'll like it. He's not a priest. He's a minister. He's not a priest. Jesus, he's married. I maybe have it wrong. I could be wrong. Is it Petey and Tweety? I've been looking for it. Tell me the right letters and spell them right for me, please. It's not getting twisted. Peter and Tweeter. That's what I think it is. Peter and Tweeter. Yes. Peter and Tweeter. This is classic material. Peter Abs Tweeter. Yeah. I found it. Bible stories, yes. From the good book, from the vicious, chronicles from the deep within the minds of some really good writers. John, Paul, Luke, John, Matthew. Well, to put it in order, it's Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Just some of the writers of the book. You may learn a thing or two. We'll see. I need to learn a thing or two about marketing on this internet thing. I still don't know what the hell to do. And it's such a sad situation because, like I said, Rever.com, I'll be loaded. Rever.com was the first video site that paid you for videos. I got $50 out of it. If I had my show right now, would have been no problem. I'd have been having money out the wazoo. Why don't you make a Twitch? Because I don't know what the hell I'm doing with Twitch. I hardly even know what I'm doing with YouTube. I don't know what Twitch is. I don't know what their money setup is. I don't know anything like that. Are you with Twitch? I have a Twitch account, I think, but I don't use it. Go live like you do here, and they're simple as that. But what does the money look like? What are the prospects for money? I have prospects for money on YouTube. I don't get paid yet. I haven't been getting paid for donations and contributions. I don't get money outright. So what is their revenue sharing scheme? Revenue better than YouTube for the big boys. Wow. You have to be patient. So yeah, no shit. I've been patient on this over a year now. I've been patient since June 22nd, 2006. I've been patient. So look, I had some dead air, a lot of dead air on the show. I'll tell you that much. I will see you guys sometime maybe around 4 tomorrow. We're gonna see that. We're gonna test that out. See what that's like. Thank you, Dollar Bill, for stepping in. I appreciate your contributions. Thank you, of course, Rick James. I hope you enjoyed the concert tonight. And I will see you all sometime tomorrow. Take care.